You have to actively work on your traumas and your pain. If you ever actually want to heal properly and stop the downward spiral and stop reflecting and afflicting your pain onto other people, because that causes trauma to them as well. So you're basically just deflecting. Excuse me. You're deflecting. If you keep doing the same thing, repeating the same cycle, you're not going to get anywhere. Obviously, you're just going to go into a circle. Now, everybody has pain and everybody has trauma, so sorry, my cat. You can't expect other people to help you. You have to help yourself. You have to take charge. It is only your responsibility. You can ask for help and they can assist you, but it's ultimately you that is going to heal you. Now, I'm still working through my own traumas and my own, I'm trying to think of the right word. It's not coming to me, but my own pain. And I've done a lot of work. You have to work on yourself every single day. I just had a dream last night about my dad again. And I get a lot of flashbacks and a lot of, visions and stuff. And most of the time it's, not most of the time, but some of the time, like, I do know that he is with me. And I do feel, because whenever I ask a question or I doubt myself or I doubt something, along the lines that has to do with him, I'll get a sign or I'll get a feeling or I'll hear his voice. But on this journey of wanting to help people, wanting to help everybody, I dig a lot into health, and I've pretty much taught myself a lot. There's still plenty that I want to learn, and I just have this mission. I know this is what I want to do, is I want to help as many people as possible. But I wasn't able to help him in the way that I really, really wanted to. I know we healed, and I know just by me being, sorry, I'm very emotional about this, just by me being there for him and expressing my love to him, I know that was helpful. I know that was. That, so his kids were there for him, and his kids loved him no matter what. But I wanted to help him heal in other ways, but he chose the conventional route of trying to fix whatever, and it most of the time, because the medical industry is not there to actually fix you. As a lot of you know, they just mask symptoms and milk you for as much money as possible. So he had stomach cancer, but he did not die from the cancer. It was basically, every procedure that he let them do to him, everything that he agreed to, just made him worse, just caused another complication until his body could not take it anymore. But the dream I had last night was, it was kind of, dreams are to be determined by the dreamer. They are usually a dig into your subconscious. It's telling you something, or it's something you already thought. It could be something you were thinking about the night before, whatever. Sometimes they are visions into the future, or sometimes this is another way that a lot of spirits will try to contact you, but I know this was my subconscious. This was my unnecessary guilt that I placed on myself and not him visiting me. So it was kind of weird. So he owned a lot of pizza places, and in the dream, it started off at a school, right? I was walking through the school, but then I went into one of the classrooms, and one of the classrooms turned into one of his pizza stores, pizza shops, whatever you want to call them. But it was weird. It was like they remodeled it, but it was like massive, but nothing was right. So I'm like going around trying to fix everything and correct everything that was wrong with the store. And as I get farther back, I notice they're walking. I'm like, so I asked one of the guys that, was one of the main dough guys. I was like, in order for you guys to put dough in the walk-in, you have to walk this far back. It was like a half a mile back. It was crazy. And he's like, oh yeah, but it's really nice, whatever. Anyway, so I go in the walk-in and I'm just checking everything out, and that's a mess too, even though it's supposed to be brand new. So I'm going around and I'm fixing everything. And I notice, weirdly, that my dad is stuck in the wall in the top of the walk-in. Only his head and his arms and shoulders are out. The rest of him is somehow, it was like a horror movie almost, but I wasn't scared, but in that concept, I wasn't fearing for my life. I was just like, how, this doesn't make any sense, but of course it was a dream. So he asked me to help him. He said, Mary, can you get me out of here? Mary, I need you to get me out of here. I said, Dad, I don't know how to get you out of it. I don't know how to help you. Sorry. No, it's not sorry. Emotions are real. And it's okay. There's grief is a real thing. And like I said, as much as I know about death, then I know that he is no longer in pain. It's still hard. But anyway, so somehow I was able to finally get him out of the wall. I pulled him out, but then he was saying he had to get away. There was still something that he needed to, like he was running from, or he was scared of, and he had to hide. He had to get away. And then I woke up. But I know that's just me wishing that I could have healed him, wishing that I could have helped him more, wishing that he didn't have to go. And that's something that I've got to work on, because that still affects me. But that's also more of a driving force for me to look into and do more research and do more digging and wanting to do more active healing, because all the things that I was studying, obviously I had a lot going on, and I procrastinated and I slacked on things because I thought he was getting better, and my sister was doing so much for him and trying, her methods and what he would let her do, because I feel like she was able to talk to him more, in a sense, like convince him, not really convince him, but she respected his wishes, but also she advocated for him very well. And so, she was able, because she was closer with him, she was able to, reason with him a little bit more. Plus, the things that I discuss, and I've always been, the black sheep. I was always a little different. And so I started getting into certain things, and he didn't understand, but that's okay. He started when he was in the hospital, the last 8 months, he started understanding a little more and opening up and listening a little bit better, but anyway, this is something I have to heal. There's still other things that I have to heal, but this is one of the main things that I need to work on right now, is releasing guilt, because me holding on to that pain and blaming myself, even though I'm not necessarily blaming myself for him dying, I'm blaming myself for not actively working on the things that I wanted to work on when it comes to healing and health. Because maybe I could have, this is my thought process here, maybe I could have been able to do more, and obviously when somebody's time is their time, there's really nothing you can do. There's nothing. If it's their time and they want to go, if their soul wants to check out of this earthly plane, then they're going to go. It doesn't matter. And I actually, after seeing him in pain and suffering, even though he tried to be strong, he tried. After seeing him in pain for so long, I actually, because I used to, send him healing energy and love and whatever, but I got to a point where it was just hard seeing him like this. I knew he was in a lot of pain, and I knew his body was tired. I knew it. So like the last month and a half, 2 months that he was with us, I actually would just talk to the higher power and ask him either help my dad heal, show him how to heal himself, or believe that he can heal, or allow him the strength to let go and move on from this place. I just didn't want to see him suffering anymore. And maybe this was a karma thing, I don't know. But it was very, not really eye-opening for me, but it just made me believe in the medical system even less than I already did. And just believe in natural healing even more. Just want to push that even more. I mean, I don't want to push anything on anybody, is not what I'm saying. Sorry, my nose was running out. I'm just going to speak what I know, speak what I learn, and whoever's ready to hear it or whoever is ready for assistance, I know the universe will put them in my path. I'm not here to push my beliefs on anybody else. Everybody's free to believe anything that they desire and create the reality that they desire. And I know a lot of those people, especially the nurses, they do so much, and they are helping more than they really know, even though it's a very flawed system. They're still doing it out of love. Because especially the first hospital that he was at, the first floor, they kept moving him around. They were amazing. They treated him very well. He also spoiled them with coffee. He loved giving. He loved giving. That was the way he showed love. And I didn't realize that till later on. He was not an affectionate person. And he never said, "I love you," until I started saying it about 3 years ago. And then he just kept hearing it. And he got in the habit of saying it. But you usually still had to initiate it. But anyway, he just... Oh, sorry. He would just give and give and give. Usually money, but he had a friend that had a coffee shop, and so he would buy huge bags of coffee, and he started giving this coffee out to the nurses. Like even when he couldn't take care of himself, he was still trying to take care of others. I'm sorry. I'm getting very open and honest and raw with you guys, because the only way you can heal through anything is you have to process. You have to process your emotions. You have to process your traumas and your pain. If you're not seeing what the problem is, and you're just blocking it, you're just pushing it deep down, and it's going to be harder to heal. When something comes up, that's the time that you look at it, that's the time that you go for it, and you work through it. If it still brings deep emotions, then there's still healing that needs to be done. Work through it. Forgive yourself. It's okay. All is well. Love yourself. Have a blessed day, guys.